All right, so listen, Lewis Hamilton officially is a Ferrari Formula One driver now. All right, he's officially a Ferrari Formula One driver. He has met with the crew, he has met with the teams, the departments, done photo ops, dope photo actually, right in front of a very iconic Ferrari to be exact. And now, I mean, of course, Lewis Hamilton, he's gonna step out looking fly. He's gonna have all the gear on. Lewis Hamilton is gonna be presentable. That's one thing that you can guarantee about Lewis Hamilton, at least more often than not. Paul, up in the live chat, what's going on? No, I see you, Paul, first with the purple badge. Galactic is second with the purple badge. That's what I'm talking about. Who's gonna be third? Who's gonna be third in the live chat? Who's gonna be third in the live chat? That's what I want to know. Who's gonna be third in the live chat? Tony Mac in the live chat, but not a purple badge, so it kind of really doesn't count right there, but he's there. But as I was saying till that person pops up, Leon, big shout out to Leon the Sun, claiming his prize, getting that shipped off for you. But Lewis Hamilton has made his appearance in Ferrari, and now with that being the case, is going to come, and let's just be honest about this. Now there is going to become an unfair amount of criticism, pressure, and expectations. Let's just keep it a buck. All right. There's going to come an unfair amount of expectations. And that is just the truth. Paul saying that smash the like button, y'all. Peace and love. Peace and love to you, Paul. Also, do not forget all super chats going up right now will be for the center plate. Now, I'm going to let you all know that after this week, I am going to be taking some time to take care of some things, getting some things in line, especially for the next season coming up. So don't be surprised if content slows down a bit more than usual. Wolfpack fam, I will still be in touch in the Discord, and likely even still us having Discord meetings. But as for YouTube, that might be slowing down. It's going to take a little time, get some things together for myself, and also going into the new season, and hopefully we're going to hit the ground running and running hard. But let's go ahead and talk about this topic. Seb, one of the other drivers I think most of us think pretty highly about. I think most of us think highly about Sebastian Vettel. I think we see that he's in there. I think the last time, somebody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the last time Ferrari had a championship driver was 2007. 2007, was it Raikkonen? I think it was Raikkonen. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Raikkonen. 2007, because of course Lewis Hamilton was 2008, so Raikkonen I think was 2007. So that means Ferrari has not had a championship driver for almost 2 decades. All right, for 2 decades, Ferrari has not had a championship driver representing them in the drivers' championship. Now, of course, Ferrari has been constructor championship. I think that last time was 2008, which is kind of funny. 2007 Raikkonen, 2008 Lewis Hamilton, and then they did win constructors though. They won the constructors championship, I believe. I go back and look, but I'm pretty sure it's Ferrari around then. But yeah, so it's been some time for Ferrari. We're talking about 2 decades. 2 decades of not winning, but getting close. It's not like they haven't been in the top 3. Don't get it twisted. Ferrari has been in the top 3. Ferrari's been second several times. Ferrari as a team have done fairly well in perspective of where you want to be at the end of the season within the top 3. Even in this season, 2024, my apologies, past season, 2024, top 3. So it's not like as a team they've been bad. We've seen they've had low moments. It's not the greatness that we would have thought if you were coming off the back of 2004, 2005, 2004, where they went on a streak for constructor championships and just ran it up. But they've been there. And I will say this, and I said it already, there's going to come an unfair amount of criticism, expectations, and judgment. Okay, and that is largely because, and let's just keep it a buck, because in the United States, evidently, we got Elon Musk thinking he can throw Heil Hitler signs up at an inauguration, which is absolutely crazy. And I do got to say this. Jewish community, I expect for y'all to keep the same energy as y'all have had with other situations with Elon Musk, because that was outright disrespectful, even for me, and it's disrespectful for this country, and it was pretty damn embarrassing as somebody who served in the military to protect foreign and domestic from terroristic acts. So I was, but hey, that's what's going to happen. Free Dogs Flair, what's going on? Free Dogs Flair, we ain't seen you in a minute, bro. I think you're right. After that, it was Red Bull, Mercedes era of dominance. Mercedes was not in the top 3. Thank you. Appreciate you very much, brother. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate you checking on that. Freak Dog. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say. And it's going to be because it's Lewis Hamilton. That's why we're going to get an unfair amount of criticism, expectations, and judgment. It's Lewis Hamilton. And I'm going to say this, and some people might be like, wow, you're going to take that perspective. This is what's going to come with that. This is what is going to, and don't get it wrong. I'm not dismissing. I'm not allowing. I'm not saying that it's right because it's Lewis Hamilton, because he's a black man, because he's Formula One, because people hate him, because he's so good. I'm just saying with a move of this magnitude from a person, an athlete of this magnitude, this great, this legendary, people are expecting all of the chips in a dip. Okay? All of this cannot be for naught. All of this cannot be for an even sum or even close sum of what was compiled at Mercedes. Okay. And there's going to be a little bit of pressure on Toto. I've mentioned this comparison, this comp before. Belichick, Tom Brady. Okay. Belichick, Tom Brady. Lewis Hamilton is the greatest. Toto been given a lot of accolades for being at the helm of a constructor that has ran them off and ripped them off. Now it's time to see, what are you going to do without Lewis Hamilton? What is Lewis Hamilton going to accomplish without you? Is Lewis Hamilton finally going to get his 8th? You promised it. You didn't deliver. You said you were going to give him a championship car. You didn't deliver. You said that you were going to run it up with him until he got it. You didn't deliver. And then in the midst of this situation where you didn't deliver and there were some snakish things going on in the background, Lewis Hamilton decides this is enough. I've been here 3 seasons. You haven't delivered. I'm wasting precious moments of my talent because he is on the backside of his career. Although as an anomaly as Lewis Hamilton is, as an iconic athlete as he is, his down or his plateau is not the same as anybody else's. It's so much higher. He still can be on the back half of his career and still outperform 18, 19 other drivers on the track at any given time, given the right circumstances, because you need the machinery. Max Verstappen wouldn't be doing a damn thing without one of the most dominant cars in F1 history, and that's just proven because he didn't do anything before that. He didn't do anything until he got that, and he hasn't done much after that. Even in his 4th championship, it was very watered down, front-loaded, and in the back part was not of championship status, nor was some of his driving, although he can drive. Paul says, Lewis pick that came out today are fire. They are fire, bro. Lewis pictures are fire that came out today. No mistaking about that. No mistaking about that. And also keep in mind, he's going to be in that car, not in the 2025 car. He's probably going to be in the 2023. I think the 2023 car. I think the rules allow 2023. I don't know if they allow the 2024 car. But either way it goes, he'll be in a previous variation of the Ferrari, doing some lap times. I don't know how much actual sim time Lewis Hamilton is going to dedicate because he's really not big on sim time. Although I will say, I think sim experience does have play its part. I'm not going to say it's something that's a big component in you being the greatest. I think a lot of things that we're seeing now are drivers who are spending so much time in one discipline of driving, and me and Kenny Bugs have talked about this, spending so much time in one discipline versus various disciplines. So it's like the master of one kick versus somebody who knows 10,000 kicks and is the master of none. I think that kind of is what we see now. So Lewis Hamilton, I don't know how much time Paul says, oh, how about Angela Lincoln back? Oh, yeah, his physio. How about his physio linking back up? That itself was crazy. Maria Duncan in the house. What's going on? That is crazy and absolutely awesome. Freak Dogs Flair in the super chat says, my dad said that the relationship between Toto and Lewis went beyond just friendship. Mercedes is the only team that has 8 consecutive years of constructor championships. And yes, I do believe that is completely right. I think the longest Ferrari went on was 6. Ferrari went on 6 consecutive championships. But yeah, Mercedes definitely set their name in stone with that 8. And then somebody else, if they ever come and do it, because that's hard. It's hard to rail off championships like that back to back. So for sure, that's fire. That's a fire accomplishment to have. But now, what are they going to do now, right? What's going to happen with Mercedes now? Okay, you got Kimi, you got Russell. Do you have your new number 1 driver who's going to be a guide to your now rookie Kimi Antonelli? Somebody who I don't even think brother finished in the top 5 in F2. So there's a lot of hype behind Antonelli, and I'm going to be the first one to say it. Jaden Daniels, not the number 1 overall pick. Caleb Williams was the number 1 overall pick, and Caleb Williams' gameplay this season has not been awesome. Jaden Daniels is going deeper into the playoffs. He just beat somebody who likely, I think Detroit was like the number 1, took them out, took my Buccaneers out first, at home, on the road, and then Detroit at home on the road. So this just goes to show that, yeah, all the time, you don't have to be the number 1 pick. Tom Brady wasn't the number 1 pick. Tom Brady wasn't the number 1 pick. I don't even think Tom Brady went in the first round. He's the GOAT quarterback in the NFL. And Patrick Mahomes coming up right now. I don't like all the kind of BS calls that they're getting and calls they don't get, but I'm still saying Patrick Mahomes has earned his right to be called one of the greatest quarterbacks, especially if he goes on his 3-peat. It's going to be cemented. So we got to see what Antonelli's going to do with Mercedes. Galactus says Lewis and Angela may be the wonder twin powers Lewis needs to win his 8th and more. Let's hope Ferrari gets their act together and delivers a fire car. And Galactus, thank you for bringing me back to my point that I was about to make before I went on my rant of comps of the greatest and not being anticipated to be the greatest and being the greatest. But yes, Angela back with Lewis Hamilton, a critical part of Lewis Hamilton's training, his care, his preparation while on the grid, walking through the paddock. She's always there making sure things are done, making sure that's a big part for an athlete, to have somebody there, to have things in place that you don't have to worry about. You can focus on being the best you. I'm going to assist you with all these little things moving around you, all these moving parts. I'm going to facilitate that. As you move through this space, I'm going to have things you need before you even start calling for them. You just need to focus on being you. So Angela being back with Lewis Hamilton is fantastic. I really wish Bono could be back with Lewis Hamilton. But I think Mercedes made a power move there by offering him that promotion, because I think without that promotion, I think he leaves and goes with Lewis Hamilton. But with that promotion, more paper, more moolah. Hey, Lewis, I got to do what's good for me. I don't know if Ferrari's going to do that. And I don't know if Ferrari would have wanted to try to do a transfusion of Mercedes into Ferrari when Lewis, that didn't work for you last season. Not sure why or who. I mean, we know the car was in it, but we don't want to bring too much of that here. Angela detached herself during this spell. Now we can bring her back. She's more attached to you, so I think that's straight. Mechanic Mercedes, Elon not worth mentioning. Nazi salute on MLK Day. Thank you, brother. On Martin Luther King Day. On Martin Luther King Day, they do this. Thank you, man. Get more disrespectful than that. What's the bet this year, big bro? Man, I'm not even sure yet. We got to see what things gonna cook off first. We got to see what things gonna cook off and how they gonna move. See if we gonna move on that. But we'll look at something to see if something comes up. Right now, it's kind of a mixed year. I really don't have nothing in the bag for this year. You know, new move with Lewis, Lando and them coming up. Antoinette, there's a lot of moving parts. Like, I ain't really too sure on nothing right now where I got my heart set on something that I believe can actually turn up. Free Dogs Flesh says Tom was picked in the 12th. Thank you, the 12th round. Think about that. The 12th round of the National Football League draft. And look at his career. Look at what he's done. And this is another thing, a comp I bring up with Tom Brady. Left the Patriots, went to Tampa Bay, a team of red color, won a championship. Could this be similar? We know Tom and Lewis have kicked it. Beckham, Lewis kicked it. LeBron James, Lewis, Michael Jordan, Lewis, all the greats acknowledge and accept Lewis Hamilton for being the greatest at what he does, and all those greats kick it. You don't see them hanging around chilling with Max Verstappen. Real greats know. Bro, you ain't really made like that. Like, a lot of your stuff is fugazi. All right, it's fugazi. It is fugazi. But we're gonna see where this takes it. But I will say this: it's gonna be a rough year if we see anything similar to what we saw at Mercedes. It's going to be a rough year. It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be damn right disgusting. And not only is Toto Wolff and Mercedes under a certain amount of pressure from even Mercedes fans that decided to stay, even after Lewis Hamilton left, he's going to lose a lot anyway. But Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari are under pressure, and Charles is under pressure. They have to find a way to mitigate that pressure. They have to find a way to feel as if they're not under pressure and use that, convert that in. Hey, rookies got 3 to 5 GPs. So Antonelli on the clock, Hadjar on the clock, Doan on the clock, Ollie Behrman on the clock. All these rookies on the clock with Galactus. Like, we trying to see what are y'all gonna do immediately. So, bro, I'm completely with you on that. But I know the unfair part of this Ferrari chapter for Lewis Hamilton is if any other driver was coming into a team, anybody would likely say, hey, there's going to be a growing pains period. This season is going to be them getting acclimated. They're not going to give Lewis that room. There's going to be unfair fans out here. There's going to be Max Verstappen fans out here. There's going to be anti-Lewis fans out here that are going to be ready to grill him, ready for something to happen, regardless if it's his fault or not. And they're going to be ready to just blow it all out of proportion, put it on social media, call him washed, call him this, call him disrespect Lewis Hamilton all up and down the paddock and the grid. And that's going to be disgusting too. And all rookies, I got you, brother. I knew what you meant. Freak Dogs Flesh said NFL Scout said Tom Brady didn't have the arm. They said Tom wouldn't amount to anything. That is true. Facts. That is, I mean, and even his 40 time was horrible. His body was a bad build. But it just goes to show you can't always judge a book by its cover. All right, it's not good to try to judge a book by its cover at all, but you got to take some type of people and be like, okay, you know. But Mechanic Mercedes says, bro got salty winning this year. Big bro, a low-key Alonso fan. Lance Stroll got to be the donkey of the year. The donkey of the year. Yeah, bro, I'm with Lance Stroll being the donkey of the year. And that's a whole nother team that's got some things that they got to finish working out. Like Aston Martin have a lot of things that they throwing out here and floating out here in the public about that. But let's just stick on Ferrari for right now. The other person that I would say is under some, I think Charles is a little bit playing with house money, just a little bit, because I don't think anybody expects Charles to outperform Lewis Hamilton. But if he does, it's like, oh my gosh, this is great. What's going on, self-made maintenance? I see you put the honey buns up. It's going to be like, oh my gosh. Charles Leclerc is coming into an astronomical driver. And I'm not even going to be mad at that because Charles is going to have to take the reins of Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton's not going to be there. Charles is going to be there for a lot longer. Lewis Hamilton probably be there for a while, but we got to see. But Charles this year is with house money. All Charles needs to not do is make the idiotic mistakes that he can make sometimes. And Ferrari just needs to be consistent, deliver a solid, consistent, fast overall car, and let's not screw up these strategies. Okay, can we not screw up the strategy? That's what you got to do. You do that, and Lewis Hamilton will magnify and multiply that times itself. We will, if Sainz can get wins, Charles can get wins, Lewis Hamilton can get wins. More wins. More like, I believe, compared like Alonso did the season before last with 8 podiums and Lance Stroll didn't get diddly squat. I'm talking about he can run them up. And if he can do that, then we are likely talking about a driver that can be in the championship battle. That is what we are talking about. A driver that will be in the championship battle. You all have to keep it. You all have to understand, Charles was 3rd in the driver's championship. He was 3rd in there. Not far off. I mean, I know the year before that, he was 5th, but the year before that, he was 2nd. Year before. So I'm just saying, Ferraris had the ability to at least, even when it wasn't going the best, even when things seemed absolutely horrid, power units catching on fire on track and power units failing customer teams, they still managed something salvageable. Mercedes, in this new era of ground effects cars, have performed way below their standards that they had set. So let's see what happens. Let's be fair. Let's give it time. And time is 2026. And it's kind of funny the way this is going to work because 2025, this season, Sir Don Lewis Hamilton, right? Sir Don Lewis Hamilton, true. You know, he was looking real, you know, savvy in that coat. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of things kicking in. And 2025 this is when they really need to try to do it. Because when the new regs switch, there's a lot of murky and brackish water when the new regs come on. A lot of murky and brackish water. Okay? A lot of things that might not go your way. A lot of things that's going to trouble you. This is a season where you've been running these cars for 3 years now, right? Yeah, 3 years now. 2022, 2023, 2024. Now we're 2025. 4 years of this car finna come up. So you've been running for 3 years. You're coming up on 5. Galactic says Lewis needs to put his foot down on strategy, no BS. You know, brother, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. I just don't think it's going to happen because a lot of times we should have saw that last season and Lewis didn't do it. So I've kind of let that fight go. Lewis hasn't done it, much like we've seen Carlos do it, much like we've even seen George do it, much like we've even seen no, Charles didn't do it. So it's kind of passive. I don't know if he will do that. I don't know if he'll do it. And OG Zilla says, I still have yet to see Charles or Lando prove to me they are championship material when the pressure is on. You know what? Yeah, man, I can't disagree with OG Zilla for real. That's a fair point. Lando crumbles under pressure when it meets the most. Not only Lando, but McLaren as a strategizing team. Charles can make bonehead errors, and we've seen that several times. So I can't even. OG Zilla has a real point there, and it's unfortunate, but it is true. And I think I've seen a lot of you even say that last season about Charles and last season about Lando. Even when Lando seemed like he was right there on the cusp of doing something, we just watched it unravel and kind of just fall apart. Like, man, you just crumbled when the pressure got its largest, when the lights got its brightest. So this is going to be a very interesting season. You know, Campbell from the Detroit Lions, the head coach, said that he didn't think that they would be back this season, and they were back in the fight. Definitely didn't go the way they planned to go against the Commanders. But McLaren, much like that, have to get back in the fight. And they need to start off fast from the beginning. And Lando needs to, they got to strategize as a team from get-go. But I think with what we saw last time, I think McLaren want to see what Piastri can do. Piastri had a sophomore slump, all right? So he's going to have to come in really swinging and cooking to get that type of favor. Calvin M. says Lewis will have his own triple crown with mere Ferrari, McLaren. That, bro, if that happens, that's going to be straight fire. That's going to be straight fire. If he does, that's like LeBron James. Win with the Cavs, win with the Heat, win with the Lakers. If Lewis had, I think he'll be the first, somebody check, but I think Lewis Hamilton will be the first driver to have won with 3 constructors to win a driver's championship. I got to check that stat, but I'm pretty sure if it is, it's not many. But that's going to be fire. Big shout out to Jamar Chase, Triple Crown wide receiver, doing his thing this season. And Mechanic Mercedes says, nah, not going to let y'all do that to Charles. You don't got to let him do it. Charles kind of do it to himself. Good driver, but I have to agree. I don't think Charles has shown anybody that he's championship level right there. I don't think so. So it sticks out. I see Paul saying it sticks out to Jay, but I don't think so, man. I don't think he's earned enough confidence for you to be like, he's championship. He is Charles Leclerc is championship material. I don't think nobody say that, like right now. I think they got like a lot of promise. Like, oh yeah, I can see he's got the talent. He got ability. He just got to grow a little bit more. I think that's what people are saying. Like they're looking for Charles just to prove a little bit more. And then I think he's got the potential. I don't think he's proved to people like, oh yeah, without a doubt, Charles Leclerc is a champion. He's gonna be a champion. I don't think so. He will be the second to win with 3. Okay, the second to win. Who was the first? Who was the first to do it? Who was the first to do it? Man, hell no. LeBron ain't got no asterisks with the Lakers. Man, stop it. Stop it. Stop it, bro. That's not an asterisk, man. That is not an asterisk at all, that championship. Everybody had the ability to play in the same conditions, underneath the same roof, on the same court, in the same state, in the same city. Everybody had the ability to perform. Now, if you're telling me because you have to play in a different geolocation than what you would have wanted to play in, and that made you feel some kind of way, tough shit, tough luck. That just tells me that you ain't really got that grit, because you got to be able to perform anywhere in all conditions. So if you got down there and you got homesick and that caused you to feel like, oh, I don't really want to play basketball, tough. That's on you. That ain't no asterisk on me. That's an asterisk on you as a player in the organization that says y'all not willing to bring your best wherever you are in the world. Nah, LeBron ain't got no asterisk on that, man. Come on now, bro. Stop that. Stop that. So anyway, free dollars for Charles is not a champion or lead driver worthy. Dude, damn, bro. I wouldn't say that's rough. I wouldn't say he not lead. Well, you know what? I would say Charles, you know what? I was saying that Charles was real passive last season, right? Charles Leclerc kind of set back while Carlos had that more dominant number one driver mentality. Like, nah, that's not what we're doing. We're doing this. Charles was more laid back and kind of just let it come to him a little bit. So, yeah, smash the like button, subscribe, Silvio Kelly. Bro, they were forced. Only LeBron was put. Man, hey, bro, say what you want. But listen, everybody had the same opportunity. Nobody was at a disadvantage. Only disadvantage, if there was one, is because you couldn't adapt and perform in extreme circumstances that were, I mean, I can't give you that. Not at all. I'm not even going to bend to that. Not at all. Not at all. It'd be different if, like, they was playing in LeBron's backyard and LeBron hired his own refs. That's not the case. They had to play in a different location under extreme circumstances. They did it. I mean, it is what it is. But big shout out to y'all. We will be back on, like I said, Discord. I do got some things, like I said, that I got to take care of, definitely, that are very highly important. The Wolfpack family, we are definitely still going to be running things. I will be, we're going to be Discord. We're going to be doing all that. And definitely, I will be able to do that. And we're going to try to kick it up. And then when the New Year's season starts, we are running off, because this season is going to be crazy dope. Crazy dope. Remember, everybody that's done a super chat, even in this live, your names are going on the wheel multiple times. As many super chats as you do, your name goes on the wheel for the new center plate. This is the new giveaway. So this is what we will be giving away. So definitely be on the lookout for that. All right. So big shout out to everybody showing up. We are going to be in a very, very wild and, I think, entertaining, exciting season. I think 2025 is about to bless us as Formula One spectators. I do. This is going to be OG Zilla says, what you described about Charles being passive is the reason why I think Lewis will be number one driver. I agree. I agree. I agree right off the bat that Lewis will be the number one driver coming in. Not like the Nick DeVries situation or, the Danny Rick. It's because Charles is really kind of passive aggressive. Lewis can be too, but I think Lewis is a little bit more he is more headstrong than Charles Leclerc. And Lewis is way more hungry because he got robbed. And since he got robbed, he was with a team that gave him a crap car. And he had to sit there and buy that. Lewis is way more hungry right now. And I think his intentions are going to be, we up. Nah, we're not playing that. So, yeah, I'm on board with you, OG Zilla, for sure. All right, y'all. So, listen, we're about to get it in, about to pack it up. Be here for more videos coming. Like I said, taking a little bit of time to myself and the family and get some things together. We will be in the Discord. We will be meeting on that. The grudge racing will not happen this Sunday, okay? I'm hoping maybe in the next couple of Sundays to bring the grudge racing back. Like I said, bear with me. I will be in touch. Galactus, Sylvia with Kelly, Race X210, Paul, Mary Beanie, the Mechanic Mercedes, Nasty Stu, Dave's Quattro, everybody in here. Who we got? We got plenty of other people that are not here. Barack is not here. A lot of people not in here right now because some people are taking a break from Formula One. Some people, Maria Duncan, big shout out to you pulling up because I know you kind of taking a break from Formula One. Self-made maintenance, big shout out to you. But we gonna be in here, and a lot of people kind of taking some time to kind of get back and chill and decompress before they get into the new season. All right, Days Quattro, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate and love you all. Let's stay safe. It is snowing here again. I just almost got stuck. Almost didn't make it back here to do this live because people don't know how to drive in the damn snow. So I don't know what it's going to look like tomorrow, but we will see. All right, so big shout out to y'all. Peace and love. See the fam in the Discord. Wolfpack, we out. Peace.